Corn has exploded higher plus 7.60% to $460.25, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Saturday, July 11th, and this is your complete global market briefing. The market is lacking a clear catalyst today, leading to choppy, two-way price action. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 is trading higher by plus 0.42% at $7,575.39. Investor sentiment is being shaped by after the latest RE stock rally, investors face a reality check, Morningstar. NASDAQ 100 ticked up plus 0.33% to $29,825. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500, NASDAQ closed sharply higher as chip stocks rally, Honolulu Star Advertiser. Dow Jones is trading higher by plus 0.29% at $52,637. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends higher as investors turn to earnings season. DAX edged higher plus 0.68% to $25,067. This comes as oil prices opened lower as OPEC boosted production and traffic through the Strait of Hormuz resumed. Moo, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 ticked up plus 0.24% to $10,497. Investor sentiment is being shaped by oil prices rise as conflict in Middle East resumes. Trade on markets for WTI oil price today, Federal News Network. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Meta made a dramatic move today, surged plus 5.97% to $669.21. Equity markets are responding to reports that Zuckerberg's insane RE spending could become a windfall if Meta copies SpaceX's playbook, 24/7 Wall St. The advertising engine continues to outpace expectations. AI-driven targeting improvements are delivering direct revenue per user gains each quarter. The key variable to watch is engagement per user as Reels, Stories, and Threads compete for time. Reality Labs' losses are the one overhang, but core momentum is exceptional. Nvidia made a dramatic move today, surged plus 4.03% to $210.96. Equity markets are responding to reports that Nvidia, NVDA, stock forecast, DeepSeek building its own chip, is $197 the bottom. Trading key. The AI infrastructure supercycle shows no sign of slowing. Nvidia's pricing power on H100 and Blackwell chips remains exceptional. No credible competitor is close on performance. The next catalyst is the next earnings call. Any upward revision to forward estimates would push the stock toward new highs. The main downside risk remains export controls. Samsung is up plus 2.52%, trading at $285,000. Equity markets are responding to reports that Samsung prepares to unveil chip earnings insights as RE demand drives record semiconductor profits, Crypto Briefing. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any Nvidia or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. BHP climbed plus 2.48% to $58.28. Equity markets are responding to reports that China is taking on mining giants to reorder a $190 billion market, mining.com. Copper exposure is the long-term investment thesis. BHP's copper assets will benefit from the structural deficit expected this decade as the energy transition drives demand. Iron ore price and China steel output remain the dominant near-term earnings variables. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. On the geopolitical front, this comes as oil prices opened lower as OPEC boosted production and traffic through the Strait of Hormuz resumed. Moo, adding pressure to energy markets. This is adding a risk premium across energy markets and supporting safe haven demand. Investor sentiment is being shaped by oil prices rise as conflict in Middle East resumes. Trade on markets for WTI oil price today, Federal News Network. Rate expectations remain the single most powerful macro driver for equities and currencies right now. On the data front, Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends higher as investors turn to earnings season. Turning to commodities. Brent crude slipped to $76 per barrel, down 0.39% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that OPEC is no longer relevant in a changing energy world, the national interest. WTI crude dipped to $71.51 per barrel, down 0.79% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that OPEC is no longer relevant in a changing energy world, the national interest. Natural gas dropped sharply to $2.95, down 2.12% on the session. This comes as oil prices opened lower as OPEC boosted production and traffic through the Strait of Hormuz resumed. Moo, adding pressure to energy markets. Gold held steady to $4,128.90 per troy ounce, down 0.04% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that why is gold price holding firm during US-Iran tension? Kitco. Let us give you our near-term view on corn. With momentum this strong, traders will be watching the $487.87 level closely. A clean break there would confirm the uptrend and could bring in additional momentum buyers. Risk management remains critical, always size positions according to your own risk tolerance. In the currency markets, Euro to US dollar is at 1.14, losing 0.02% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.34, gaining 0.01% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 161.67, losing 0.53% on the day. The move in the dollar reflects reports that RE and monetary policy European Central Bank. Let us close with the key events and catalysts on our radar. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Independent market coverage, no subscription fees, no paywalls. If this analysis saved you time and helped you think more clearly about the market, please like the video. It costs you nothing and it directly funds more content like this. Subscribe for daily coverage across indices, stocks, commodities, forex, and crypto. Tell us in the comments, what are you watching most closely right now? Thanks for watching MTRS_Market Pulse. Nothing here constitutes financial advice. Please conduct your own due diligence. Good luck in the markets, and we will see you in the next video. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.